Hi, scrappy friends. I am back with a Christmassy type of spread. Well, a holiday spread, I should say. This is going to go in my 2016 December Daily album because I have not finished it. Yes, you've heard that correctly. I did not finish my 2016 album. So I am trying to work on some of my spreads in there and get as much as I can done. I have a few photos printed off right here, and actually I start off thinking I was going to do a 7 and 8, but I just decided to work on 7 because I had already did some part of the day 8 pages already. So I will make sure I link to my December daily playlist for 2016 because last year I worked on a few pages and I had already started on part of day 8, and so I realized I should just do day 7 because I didn't have that one done. And I think the reason why I didn't have it done was because I wanted to put something special in there because day 7 or December 7th is also Pearl Harbor Day. And so I like to give a little nod off to that because after living in Hawaii, it's a really big day there to remember. And so I want to have a nod off to that, I think, from now on in my albums, even though it's not something I think about as much not living in Hawaii. But, you know, that's the one cool thing about when you live different places, you can kind of make a little nod to the little places that you've been before in your albums and on your pages. So I am working on day 7 and I am using the Click Into the Holidays kit, December kit for Clique Kits. I should say it's not really a December kit, it's a holiday kit. So every year they make a holiday kit and it's really fun. I really like it. I will try to do a share or something with the stuff. I know that we're just kind of releasing what is in it and everything, but I really like this kit. It's really nice and fun. It's fun for cooler weather. It's fun for like Christmas, but it's not overly Christmas. It just has a lot of wonderful fun elements to it. So yeah, so it made it really nice and easy because I just cut up some of the 3x4 journaling cards, as you can see. And so now I'm just trying to figure out what I want in the other 2 pockets because I only have 2 photos, which is fine, right? Because part of December Daily is not having a ton of photos. Or at least I try to keep my photos down to a minimum, even though I know that this is a 2-page spread. It actually is probably quite big, and not all my days will probably be this big, but I kind of was trying to lead into the next day because and leave some space, because if I do put something in for Pearl Harbor Day, I will probably do like a little 3x4 flip, like card flippy thing. I did that in 2015, added some flip element, or actually I did that in 2014 more than 2015, but adding some like flip pieces and then sticking them inside in between the 2 pocket, you know, in the pocket page in between. But anyway, so that's not really what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of picking out some other cards to go with the journaling cards that I already printed out. I have a photo of the week, or, you know, a week out for the weather. And we were going to get a lot of snow. So that was something that I definitely wanted to document. And actually, I didn't really talk too much about the fact that we were forecast for snow, but I did talk about how cold it was because, and I know I've kind of talked about this a little bit this year for just some tips as far as for documenting your December daily or your December album, is keeping a journal so that you can write down what you're doing. I did that last year and I'm so happy that I did it because I didn't finish my album. And so now that I'm going back, I can look back and say, well, what was important that day? What did I write down that I wanted to remember? So every day what I did was I just wrote down like a couple phrase, like a couple of sentences, a couple little snippets about what was going on. And really, I didn't list too much except for that it was really cold that day. And I talked about how we were listening to a lot of Christmas music while we were doing school and stuff. I did mention in my notes my son's favorite song or something about one of his favorite songs and what he thought it said. I didn't put that in the journaling. I don't know. I'm trying to just, I think I didn't add it to my journaling because I wasn't sure exactly how it would fit into the pictures that I picked, except for it being cold. So I did talk about the fact that we were listening to music that day, but I think what I might do is either add it to another day where I list maybe some other Christmas songs that we're listening to or something, or maybe make like a little page of things that my kids said during the holidays that were funny. I mean, I don't know. There's just different ideas. I guess this is the one nice thing about when you're putting your album together, you can decide whether or not you want to keep what you put down in your journaling. What was the most important part? I mean, you can't put everything that you did during the day, right? So you just kind of have to pick. And I really wanted to use the fact that it was cold and I have all these cold elements, the burrs, and I used a whole bunch because since this is a double page, right? And this 4x8 album or 6x8 album, I want to connect those two pages together. I felt like that was really important, and it is important. So I use similar colors throughout. I tried to tie in the pink and the reds throughout, and some of the greens and purple or greens and blues too. I left my app photo screen blue. If I don't like the color blue, if it doesn't match with what's going on, I will just make it black and white. So I took this buffalo plaid, I'm just in love with buffalo plaid. But I did decide to cover it up a little bit, and I'm going to take some of the snowflake die cut pieces from the die cut pack and just layer them on. And that was another way that I could add those elements to other cards to just kind of make them work all together. So you don't notice that I'm using pieces from a few different collections, because really like the Pink Fresh Studio stuff is quite a bit different than the sweater weather. They have some of similar colors, but some of the colors are a little bit different. So you really want to make sure that you're thoughtful about the pieces that you're tying together, just so that they work together. Especially in an album like this, you will notice the craziness a lot more just because you have a little bit of a space. And so I try when I do albums like these to either not care how it is so it doesn't end up bothering me, or to really be intentional about the few pieces that I add. And so that it was just something I did for this spread, and I really kept it pretty simple, and just adding a couple of stuff. And I did do my journaling in gold, and that will help tie in some of the gold that I have in some of the stickers. And that one date the sticker has a gold in it from Pink Fresh Studio. So I really love how this turned out. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope you guys follow me throughout my December daily journeys this year, and I'll make sure I link below to all the Clique Kit stuff that I used and where you can find it. And don't forget to use my code Hannah10 and you can get 10% off of your Clique Into the Holiday add-ons. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!